Turkey season is in full swing throughout the Midwest, and Adam and a couple of pro staff members got on some birds right off the roost. The action is fast and loud.
Growing Deer is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops, Reconics, Trophy Rock, Eagle Seed, Nikon, Winchester, Dead Downwind, Antler Dirt, Lacrosse Footwear, Blood Sport Arrows, Flatwood Natives, Morel Targets, Non-Typical Wildlife Solutions, Hooks Custom Calls, Montana Decoy, Summit Tree Stands, Drake Non-Typical Clothing, Howes Lubricator, Genesis No-Till Drill, LEM Game Processing, Fourth Arrow, G5 Broadheads, Prime Bows, and Redneck Hunting Blinds.
During the first weekend of Missouri's turkey season, pro staffer Seth Harker and Matt teamed up to chase longbeards. Right out of the truck, they got on the hooting stick and heard some gobble. As soon as they heard those toms respond to the hooting stick, they figured out their approach and took off for their setup. The setup ended up being exactly what they were looking for. They backed up into some brush right at the intersection of two logging roads on top of ridge, and the birds were about 250 yards in front of them.
Where was that one?
Seth and Matt anticipated the birds flying off the roost and using the logging road as an approach.
We are set up in several different birds this morning. Hopefully this setup works. We've got a network of logging roads. They love to strut back and forth, so we're hoping to bring a longbeard gobbler into our setup this morning. It's been kind of tough sledding, so hopefully we bring a longbeard in, get the job done.
It wasn't long till his gobble sounded louder and louder. Clearly, those toms were closing the distance. Slowly but surely, the toms come down the road with one of them strutting, putting on a great show, for Matt that is. To ensure he was concealed, Seth had tucked in very tight to a blown down tree, and a multiflora rose bush was blocking most of his view.
What's the front one?
Longbeard. All three are longbeard.
This is when a second pair of eyes and good communication between turkey hunters really pays dividends.
10 yards.
Now that the birds are close enough, Seth needs to wait a bit more and let the birds separate so he only kills one of the toms.
What about that?
That one right there, yeah. I'm good.
They're all three longbeards.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I was just going off of you because here's multiple rows. I'm like,
You can't hardly see it.
I'm gonna have to watch the footage, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Longbeard gobbler. Good bird. Yeah, he got hit in the head. Boy, he's got a little bit of white in there, doesn't he?
That's cool.
I'm glad Matt was here because I couldn't see what was going on from this corner to where we shot him, and I was kind of relaying on him. I didn't know what was going on. I'm anxious to watch the footage because I really haven't seen what happened coming up in this logging road. So I know there was 3 birds is what I know, and this is the only one that I really got a good look at. So very excited. Spring, gobbling, strutting. We love it, especially when they read the script, and they read the script of Logging Road. That's what I love. Dude, that Winchester, did you look at his head?
I didn't look at it yet. Nasty.
Yeah, he got hit.
What a textbook hunt. It's not often that turkeys respond as hunters hope they will, but it sure is fun when they come straight to the call.
Boy, that dogwood's pretty, isn't it?
Kansas pro staffers Jerry Bowden and Aaron Morgan have been looking forward to the opening day of Kansas turkey season. After sighting in Jerry's new Winchester shotgun, they go out in the afternoon and try to roost some birds before opening morning.
Thank you, thank you.
This is the same field where Jerry tagged his buck last fall. It's about 200 acres and it's just been drilled in corn. In areas like this part of Kansas where there's not a whole lot of trees, turkeys tend to roost in the same spot day after day. But turkeys being turkeys, threw the boys a curveball this time and had to adjust as they roosted in a different area. It's finally opening morning and the boys managed to slip within about 150 yards of the roost. To make it sound like the hens are roosted where Jerry's located, he uses his hook's friction call and gives some soft yelps. As the group of birds pitch down, Jerry's certain they can see his decoys. However, the tom follows the hens out into the field. Just as Jerry and Aaron are thinking of another strategy, a lone tom appears to their left. Jerry and Aaron shared that they thought at this point the hunt was a done deal. And just when you think that, you know a turkey's gonna change the plan, the turkey goes right behind them. The tom never seemed spooked, so let him drift off quite a bit further and then change their calling tactics to quite a bit more aggressive, hoping to bring him back in front of the shotgun. While all this is going on, the birds that pitched down earlier are working their way back from the field toward the decoys. There's a lot going on. Suddenly, there's a tom moving right along the tree line toward the decoys. This may be the bird that slipped behind them a few minutes ago. He sort of slows up for the decoys, but keeps right on moving.
Yes. Okay, you're gone. Take him, dude. Better hurry if you want to. Hold on. Okay. Opening day in Kansas, got my first bird down, worked his way right towards the decoys, and then he decided to come in right behind it, the cameraman, into the timber right there. And when he did, he walked right behind Aaron and stuff, and you can probably see it in one of the other views, but it was great, and one of the best hunts that I've been on in a long time. Just a phenomenal hunt, great bird, great story.
What a fun morning in Kansas. Thanks for taking time to share your hunt with the Growing Deer team.
I'll admit I spend a lot of time each spring chasing turkeys. This tradition has been in my family for years, so anytime I can get out and head to the woods, I'll gladly accept. During the second weekend of Missouri season, I couldn't wait to head to the family farm. We had some great encounters and close calls, but trying to coordinate and get a camera and a gun on the same bird at the same time proved to be difficult. We didn't give up on the birds. We chased them over hillsides, through bottom fields, and even up a mountain. After these birds gave us a slip on the first day, we had a plan on how to cut them off the next morning. On our way in, I hit the hooting stick and I knew exactly where they were. The trees are almost completely leafed out by now, so that allowed us to slip right in and close the gap on these birds. We sat down thinking we had enough time to do a pre-hunt interview and get all situated, but the toms had other plans. It's still pretty dark in the timber, but these toms, they're already on the ground. It was still dark enough to where I was having trouble seeing through the timber, but I could hear the leaves crunching and the spitting and drumming. Considering the terrain, we assumed these turkeys were going to periscope us. In hilly country, turkeys are famous for giving a setup a quick glance by peeking his head over the rise. That's what we call periscoping. Sure enough, this was the case. A quick glance is all we got. I confirmed with Matt that he was on the bird, so I didn't hesitate to make the shot.
You're on it.
Turkey had seen something. Did you kill it?
Yeah. Man, got a good beard. Oh, that is about the quickest hunt I think I've ever had. Kind of a cool hunt. Because when I first started chasing turkeys, when I was 11, actually, whenever Missouri would allow you to start turkey hunting. And this little flat right here is where I used to hunt with Dad all the time. And I can't remember a time when they flew off that early and came that quick. He's got a great beard, big, thick, I mean, just a paintbrush beard. He's got probably about inch spurs, so a good 3-year-old bird. I don't think I've ever killed a bird right here. Dad used to put me right here, and he went to Old Orchard, and he'd let me do whatever I wanted. So I sat over here and wore the turkeys out. I called, and Dad would come over and he'd say, "Good call this morning. You called a lot." And that's all he'd say. That wasn't, I mean, don't call less. Because they always went to him. Like, he would kill them, and I'd be over here just like, bap, 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 bap. You know what's sad about that is it took me a few years to realize what was going on. This is the day that the Lord has made. That turkey's hammering. Sunrise just now coming up. It's 6:26. Turkey's still gobbling. Let's go.
This was the quickest turkey hunt I've ever had. These birds were roosted almost in shotgun range, flew down early, and only had to walk a short distance into our setup. This is why I enjoy turkey hunting so much. One day you feel like you just can't catch a break, but the next day you can be punching that tag at 6 a.m.
Usually throughout each year, several colleges come tour to proving grounds. We all enjoy stopping whatever we're doing and giving a tour showing our soil management, habitat management, and discussing our overall game management for this area.
So earthworms will, scientifically reviewed, break hard pans. If I pull up, I'm gonna really risk myself here, any big clump of vegetation, I'm gonna bet, oh, that was a great one. And obviously that was random. Look at that big old earthworm right there. You're frowning, man. You know what my soils teacher made us do, literally? Taste soil. Taste it. He died, but he made us taste it. Look at all the earthworm channels in there. You can pass it around. I know I can't reach everyone.
One topic I couldn't wait to discuss with the students was earthworms. You may be wondering what earthworms have to do with soil and crops, but let me give you a little hint. If you're not seeing lots of earthworms in your food plots, you know there's a lot of room for improvement.
And when I go work with other farms, oftentimes what I'll do is just, walk out here just like I did, and I'll pull up a clump, and if it's not full of worm channels like this, or I don't find worms, I say, well, we got a problem, we got to change.
In addition to being a good measure of soil health, earthworms actually help transport healthy bacteria and fungus from the surrounding areas into the field. They really are masters at building quality soil.
And in the first year we owned this property, I saw one deer. I saw a tail going around cedar tree right back there. I saw one deer.
You know I can't go a whole tour without talking a little bit of deer, so we ended up talking some deer hunting strategies.
Now we have about 100 deer per square mile by surveys, not just guess in the air. And good habitat management has done, we haven't brought any deer in, that's illegal. We haven't done anything except protect the deer that were here, and we hunt them aggressively now. Actually, we're trying to reduce the population now, and really good habitat management.
Bunches of folks helped each of us throughout our careers, so we all feel it's worth our time to slow down and help these young professionals as they advance their careers from college to the working world. You don't have to go to college to come take a tour to Proving Grounds. Our next field event is August 12th and 13th, and we're spending a lot more time talking about food plots, hunting techniques, and everything we do to produce quality whitetails. Come join us August 12th and 13th. For those that watch Growing Deer on YouTube, you may not know that almost every week we add special clips or in between the show tidbits on our clips page at GrowingDeer.tv. Check it out for a lot more information. Probably noticed I still got my turkey hunting clothes on. That's because Adam and I were chasing up and down a couple of mountains this morning trying to get to an old tom. Watch next week and we'll show you a thrilling hunt for an Ozark mountain strutter. Whether you're chasing a tom up the mountain or driving down the highway, take time to notice how beautiful creation is, and most importantly, slow down each day and listen to what the Creator is saying to you. Thanks for watching Growing Deer.